everyone, welcome to my Banter Builders YouTube channel. I'm bringing you today a review of the Makita wireless auto start adapter that you can plug into any corded vacuum that isn't AWS Makita compatible. This is the model WU-T02U AWS adapter. So nice small little unit, it's kind of the size of your hand, a nice grip hold. It's not very heavy, it's nice and light, you can store it out of the way. This plugs directly into my extractor or vacuum and it will wirelessly connect to here. So I'll run my vacuum hose up and around to my drop saw and show you in the video just how easy it is to connect and how fast it is. A lot of these battery drop saws are awesome as far as convenience, getting them up scaffolds, not having to run leads across site as trip hazards, and just overall the runtime on these batteries nowadays is pretty out there. So because we don't have the full range of H-class or M-class large capacity vacuums with battery power so far, this is an awesome piece of technology just to plug in and use until that time comes. But for the lockdown, I have got away with using a small battery powered vacuum here, Makita vacuum, that just sits at the back and plugs in, only because it's nice and close within reach distance to plug on in the workbench. But as soon as I take this saw into a work site, I might have a drop saw bench that doesn't have any space to sit something like this, or you might have a workbench full of timber and offcuts and whatnot, and the vacuum might be stored out of the way. So the problem there is you've then got to reach underneath and turn it on before you start the cut. So having it start as soon as I pull the trigger, obviously now it's not plugged in, no vacuum. I'll show you pretty soon how we connect it. But we have a couple of little tabs. So where the Bluetooth button is, that little switch lifts up and we pop a small Bluetooth chip that comes with both any AWS device. It pops into there. Same on the drop saw on the side there. So we pop that tab out and we slide the Bluetooth chip in. So once we have the Bluetooth chip in the drop saw and the adapter, and I've also got one in here to show you as well, very basic, we insert the adapter, the plug into the vacuum, and I'll keep it on 0 for now. It plugs in there, and it comes with a really handy little belt clip that we can adjust on the top with a little swivel lock, and we can adjust how far out that clip sticks. So I'm going to clip that on the front, and straight away I have a light showing I've got power to the adapter. So what I do now is I'm going to hold down the Bluetooth button on the front of the device, and what will happen is I've got a green light flashing now. I'm going to hold down the same thing for another 3 seconds here until that's flashing green. Now pretty instantaneously, both lights are now solid green, and now they turn flashing blue. So flashing blue means there's connectivity. I've also got numbers here on the side of this device that show 3 with a green light. So the connectivity is good and we're good to go. So it turns on and will remain running for the auto finish. And might take a few seconds and there we go, so it shuts out. And as soon as I press it again, it starts up. So I'm going to move my battery. 40-volt battery. So now that I've shown you that, I've now taken the power away from the drop saw and I'm going to slide it into my track saw here, and we're going to connect this in the video also. So again, I'm going to hold this down here on the side for 3 seconds, and I've got a flashing green light. I'm going to do it again, reset. The flashing green light, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Took 4 seconds and we've got a green solid light running that's now flashing blue. So that's also connected through AWS. So again, we're going to start that up. And the vacuum is running. So, and there we go. So it takes a while to shut off this vacuum, but awesome that I can now use this capability with this adapter. I can plug it into any tool and jump between really fast. You see, as soon as I moved it from this tool to the track saw, it didn't even take me 10 seconds between the two. So super happy. I really like the design of this and how it can clip away and store there. I can clip it on the side of the vacuum and all sorts, and just keep it out of harm's way. The last thing you want to have this is sitting on the floor, people to stand on or run under the wheels, and so on. So yeah, super stoked, really like the thing. I know that Metabo have a device that can be used on any tool, it doesn't have to be Makita or any other brand. It basically, their one is a very similar thing, but it actually clips on to the dust extraction point. You have a button, so you'd actually press a button on the back there before you use the tool. So any tools that aren't AWS, that could be an option as well. I'm going to look into getting one of those to do a video between the two, but I thought I'm going to start off with this device just because I do have the AWS, and it's just convenient being trigger activated rather than a button on the back of the on the start of the vacuum port. Hope you enjoyed that quick tutorial and review. Not really much else to say, but I think it's a great product, worth the price 100%. The other alternative is to buy a vacuum, but like I mentioned, there's no options for M-Class, H-Class and battery power yet with the AWS, so this is your best bet. So yeah, enjoy. Please check out my other videos on the channel and let me know what you think. Any new future videos you want to see, and yeah, subscribe. Cheers.